Roll Tide, everybody. Roll Tide. Alabama picks up a huge recruit. Dijon Lee just announced that he is coming to Alabama to be part of their recruiting class, to be part of the Alabama football program. So this is a big pickup for the Crimson Tide. And obviously one that, a lot of the experts said was coming. Alabama with Dijon Lee. He's a 4-star in all the publications, but the consensus on 3, which is really the one that we use the most of, is that he is a 5-star. And I'll throw that up on the screen when you put them all together. But congratulations to him. Obviously a big get for Alabama. And just another win for this Alabama program that continues to recruit. And you put him right up there with anyone, and that's what Kalen DeBoer has done as Alabama's football coach. And people, they were questioning his ability to recruit, what he would be able to do in Tuscaloosa, and all he has done is get the job done, right? All he's done is that. So let's talk a little bit of recruiting here. We're going to talk some Dijon Lee. Alabama going out to Mission Viejo, California, and netting one of the biggest targets out there, a cornerback and a guy, again, from Alabama, from Alabama's perspective, that makes a difference. And I'm just going to flash that on the screen for you guys. This is what I go for right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars coming Alabama's way. All right, Roll Tide, everybody. I'm going to get this thing started right here. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And again, Alabama picking up Dijon Lee. Going back out to California again, my friends, and Alabama finding gold out there in the Golden State, as they have just gotten a commitment from Dijon Lee. It was publicated, the actual video of it on 24/7 Sports, so got the chance to watch it. Good-looking kid, excited to add him to the mix. It's for the 2025 class, another recruit in the month of June. We haven't even gotten to July yet. And Alabama just keeps on throwing the net out and bringing up some big-time prospects. So on 3, 24/7 Sports, ESPN, and Rivals all have him as a 4-star. Industry rankings, 95.44, according to On 3, is a 5-star. He picked Alabama over a host of teams, including USC, Washington, and Georgia. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. He plays cornerback. And he got to know Courtney Morgan and Kalen DeBoer and the staff, Nick Sheridan, while they were out at Washington. So you're seeing some of the relationships that they built there helping out here at the University of Alabama. This is another get that puts Alabama closer to Ohio State, trying to close in on the number 1 recruiting class. And when you look at the composite rankings, they just keep on going up. And up and up. Alabama is not far away from being the number 1 recruiting class. They still have spots. They're still out there for a lot of other players. And as you guys get in the comments section, it's all about now just continuing to build this class. Thank you, Sam. Says, I just committed too. I committed to hitting the thumbs up button, man. Roll Tide, baby. Thanks, man. Joining us here on the show, Steven, man. Roll Tide. As we hang out, I may have a special guest to jump on and talk about this as well. Kind of waiting on someone to show up in studio. So you guys might get the perspective of somebody who threw a few touchdown passes and has some bling on their hand from Alabama. That's all I'll say. But I will tell you right now is that this kid is definitely, you talk about the level of elite. This guy is super elite talent. This is a player that makes a difference. A lot of these guys that Alabama has pulled in have been excellent football players. And this definitely is another one that kind of goes along that same line. the number 5 cornerback in the country, according to our friend Andrew Bone. He's obviously at On3, which is the industry leader in recruiting. Picked Alabama over Georgia, USC, Texas A&M, and Washington, and was in Tuscaloosa multiple times making visits, including recently coming all the way from California. He's a guy that has speed. He's got power. He's got great ball skills. He is in a position of need for Alabama. Obviously, when everybody left Alabama, when Nick Saban left in that secondary, which to me still seems awful suspicious when you look back at it and go, wait, why did all those guys leave? Was it, why? I'm just going to leave it there. But it just seems like one group was out the door before this coaching staff even had a chance to go check it out. Now, it seems to this recruiting has come down to Georgia and Alabama. And guess what? Alabama with Kalen DeBoer just beat Georgia for a top-notch recruit. And that's nothing new for us, but it's just new that it's not Nick Saban. It's another guy at the helm. So congratulations. Again, starts with Kalen DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, who's been his GM of recruiting and has slid into that job and is getting it. If you're going to take guys from outside of the radius, which I say like 3-4 hour radius around Tuscaloosa where all that talent is, you better get elite guys. And that's what they're doing. Locking down the home state. And then we talked about Caleb Cunningham, who was on here with us a couple of days ago. You talk about A.K. Deere from Mississippi. You talk about, the guys that we've pulled in from Georgia, looking at players from Tennessee, getting Micah DuBose not to go to Georgia, not to go to LSU from Viger and come to Alabama. And it all started with Hollywood. When Hollywood said, hey, I'm rolling with the Tide, or his friend that he's buddies with said, Blitz, Bama, Blitz. Ain't nothing but the Tide. That seemed to be the moment that this program really just decided that it wasn't going anywhere. So I got a lot of love for Hollywood and kind of what he's doing to go out there and just keep the perspective that, things aren't changing. And this is a guy from Saraland that could be one of the greats recruiting-wise of all time. So comment section, still the Tide, baby. Roll Tide to you. Yeah, I have him as a 5-star. I'm gonna put it back up here. This is On3 site. They say that's 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know some of you guys have said, hey man, I think he's a 4-star. Well, he's a 4-star on all of them, but I guess when you do the composite, he's a 5-star. And but really what matters is, are you going to be able to slide in and make a difference in Alabama and in Tuscaloosa for this Crimson Tide program? And it feels like this is another guy that's going to be able to do that. Come on in. I got a special guest for you guys right now as you got to jump in, man. Dijon Lee, a 5-star cornerback from California, just committed to Alabama. Let me just throw this guy. Let me throw this fella on the screen before we get off of here. A special treat to the. Let me give you a little bit of juice.
Boom.
What's up?
So now I gotta
Dijon Lee.
Yeah, there you go. Look, now I muted you and I can hear you. Jake Coker, everybody. Roll Tide. What's up, dude?
Man, whacking and stacking. Add another one to the roster.
I thought that we had, and I've got 111 friends on here right now. Thumbs up, everybody. Give Jake Coker a Roll Tide. I thought that when this guy came to town, look at what you got over there.
I know, yeah. Look at you.
Ready to go, man. This is a victory party right now on a Friday, all the way out in California. So I got you a golden beverage over there.
I hear you.
What when this guy? Oh, here we go. Let me give you some love from the comment section right there. Legend. Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Roll Tide. When this guy took over, we were told that this was Husky Harsin.
Yeah, complete 180, huh? I mean,
a little different now.
I think anybody who watched what happened at Auburn a few years ago was a little nervous in seeing what happened, but or nervous that might be our future. But, hey, when you see the way he's blazing the trail out there across the country, I mean, he's doing everything he can right now to be successful, and he's excelling in every area. So love his approach, love the way he's invited the former players in and really tried to get everybody involved. And, I just don't think there's a better transition out there than what we're seeing.
What I said a second ago, too, was that I was worried initially. Hey, Courtney Morgan, a lot of respect. We met him at the mullet toss, and Kalen DeBoer's awesome, and he's going to be on our podcast eventually when we're ready for him. He's just doing all his stuff.
We're
right
just
now.
so busy. We got to make some time for him at some point.
We're going to cut some time. We've been swamped, okay? But great dudes. But you're wondering, like, if you come into this program, man, you got to lock down the circle. And then you go out, but they're doing it, man. They're doing it. They got DeBose from Viger, obviously Ryan Williams.
Yep.
The cornerback. They got one from Jackson. They got one from outside of Atlanta. I mean, but then they're going out to California and they're getting these big guys too.
Building key recruits locally, who then come in and build upon new recruiting classes. When you're recruiting from within, from your own players. It adds such a key element to getting guys on campus and building a good culture. And that's what he's doing. He's bringing in, Ryan Williams. I think he's going to be a hell of a player. You never know until they're on the field. But when you see him taking a leadership role and going out there and making, our program stronger without even touching the field, says a lot about him and says a lot about what he's going to bring to the table in the future.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think that when you see what's happening in recruiting right now, they're doing it at all positions, and they've right back up at the top. We were used to that, but we were worried maybe we wouldn't get there anymore.
But coming in swinging, not intimidated, ready to go. And flying under the radar while you're doing it, which is. I love the just, put your chin down, get after it. We're not celebrating. We're not popping the champagne. We're moving on to the next one and keeping it rolling. I just love that mentality. And again, I think he's continuing that tradition, that process, that level of success that Coach Saban had. And I know it's way early. Obviously that's a little bit far reaching, but, he's doing what he can now to the best of anybody's ability.
He took the job to get the handoff from Saban.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing. No one's ever going to be Nick Saban, but you know what?
He's doing already without the NIL money that some of these other programs have. Yep. And look, recruiting to Alabama, you've got one hell of a program to recruit players to. It is one of the marketing hubs of college football. But, again, money also talks, and to be able to get those guys in without, all the guaranteed money that the Ohio States and the Texases have says a lot about his ability.
All right, I'm going to throw this on the screen for you guys, and then I'm going to look at 24/7 Sports, do the same thing there. But let me put this up. Alabama now number 2.
What's up, Jay Barker from Sam? What are we doing here?
Sam, he said you look like Jay Barker.
Do I look like him now? I love you, Jay.
I love Jay too. Hey, I love Jay. We both do. I haven't heard from Jay in a while. Get that message out there, Jay. You need to come hang out with us, man. All right, look, the last thing we're going to do before we bounce. Bama up to number 2 right now. Not far behind Ohio State. They've got some more big fish out there. Oh, and guess what? There's a 5-star in the caddy now. You guys see that? Got a 5-star in the wagon. So I just love the feel of the momentum that these guys are having.
I know. Keep it rolling, baby. Yeah, keep it rolling.
What's the one thing when you look at where this program is right now that surprises you the most?
Well, just, honestly, what we've just been talking about, the quickness and the adaptability to coming down here and just starting on fire like we never really expected to see. No, you can't tell me, look, I love Kane Womack, and he's, one of the few guys that I know on the new staff. And I felt like he was going to be successful. He is going to be successful. But, you got a bunch of brand new guys from the West Coast that you really don't know how they're going to adapt to the Southeast. And, we made the Harsin comparison earlier. But no, the most surprising thing by far is coming down here. And, you know, they're getting the local guys, but they're using that West Coast feel to their advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, I mean, it's almost like they've come in. And look, they've got Clinton Dix is still there. Jamie Mosley's still there. Denzel Duvall's still there. There's a lot of guys that are former players that are still there within the program, helping to, you know, keep those relationships wide open.
I'm just going back to the hat. All right, look, 24. I'm gonna be laughing about that.
That was good.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Jay, I text Jay a couple of times. He's been off the grid, man. I do love Jay, man. It's one of my buddies. All right, this is 24/7. Guess who's number 2? Alabama. Ohio State's number 1, but Bama closing in on them, man. This is what we're used to. Watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, I'm getting the 2008 vibes all over
Yeah,
again.
right. I mean, that's the crazy thing about this.
I mean, it's like the fresh off the greatest college football run in the history of collegiate athletics. And, you know, the excitement is back like we haven't, you know, won 6 national titles in the last few years. So I just love this feel. And look, I know this is going to create expectations for this coming year that are probably a little too high. I mean, no matter what, a new coach coming in, laying the foundation for his culture and his program, the way he wants to be run, it's going to take time. And so, I mean, look, I expect us to have a pretty good year. We got a lot of really, really high character, good leaders on that team. But I don't care who you are, with a brand new program coming in, it is tough to, you know, get their ball rolling right off the bat. And so while I say that, I hope we go 12-0, and I think it's possible.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we win 8-9 games, I understand that too.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Obviously, everyone excited. Dijon Lee, 5-star, just picked Alabama. Check us out on Elephant in the Room. That is on Roll Tide Pod. So we'll have a show dropping later today. And you know that when you need to know the scoop on what's going on in the world of Alabama, you can do that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Thank you. Brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Choctaw, Mississippi, Philadelphia. Right now, go there to the Timeout Sports Lounge. And if you're a golfer like him, spend $50 in the Timeout Sports Lounge and play Dancing Rabbit for $40. It's the Augusta you can play. But you got the table games and slots. You got the water park, which on a hot day like this, get out there, get wet, and slide the slides. You got big concerts. I'll be there next Friday for Boys to Men. Do you remember Boys to Men?
I can't name a song, but I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, Big and Rich. We're going to give tickets away for Big and Rich, which are Saturday. So if you guys like, remember they did the Open for college football for a long time. So anyway, all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and roll.
To Pearl River Resort.